It was such an eerie day for those of us who were down here, because imagine the square being completely empty after that mass shooting happened. But before that, in the morning, hundreds of people came to Fountain Square, as they did every day, including Brian Sarver. He's one of the folks who works downtown. He came here like any other day, and then it wasn't.
So it's literally like we're standing there just talking, having a meeting, and then, half a second later, chaos is broken out.
Brian Sarver is in charge of the Fifth Third account for commercial real estate firm CBRE. He was in a meeting with colleague Rick Newcomer when gunshots rang out.
My back was to the shooter when the event actually started. I was the first person shot, so I didn't see anything, right? I just heard a loud pop, really, from what I remember.
You said your instincts kicked in as to what to do.
Sure. So I had been in that lobby several times, and I had actually I'd ate in the Potbelly space as well. So I'm very familiar with the layout of the floor plan.
That is what saved Sarver's life. He knew where the exit was. With the sound of gunfire all around, he went straight for that door.
As I dove down the stairs, I'm literally going down on like my stomach, like you would slide down a water slide. And I remember standing up, I'm like on a platform kind of in between the floors, a stairwell in between the floors. And I saw, and I looked up because I remember thinking he's up there somewhere in the lobby, and I see Rick kind of hobbling down at the same time.
Rick Newcomer was also shot. Both men were bleeding and in pain when they came to another door. Rick, in one of his final moments, helped them escape.
He swiped, his badge got us through the door. We kind of helped each other get through the door, and I remember we pulled the door shut because we're like, I don't know if he has access to this door or not, but I'm gonna shut the door.
The men were found by workers in the basement loading dock.
Did you think you were gonna die?
Oh yeah, I did. I remember saying some prayers in that lobby again, like, just like, God, if you can please please get me through this, help me to make it through this.
Sarver was shot in the side. A bullet passed right through his spleen. Newcomer was shot in the chest. He died that day.
Rick and I had worked together for just a little over a year, but he was a close friend of mine. I have to pray for his family, that they're healing as best as possible, and hope for the best for them as well. That's really I can't explain what happened, obviously, and I think about that a lot too. I'm like, wow, I got the opportunity to walk away from that when others didn't.
Sarver and his wife Lisa live in Warren County. They have a daughter and twin boys who he gets to coach in football.
When you stand on the sidelines and you see your boys out there, do you think about that being a moment that might have been taken away?
Yeah, exactly.
Not just for you, but for them.
Right, exactly. And I usually do think of it more in the sense of them, right? I think of, my kids could have not had a father, right? And how that would affect them, the rest of their lives, really. I said a prayer for me to stay here. I got the opportunity to do so. So I got to make the most of it.
And Sarver could have changed jobs. He had the opportunity to do so, but he told me he didn't want evil to win, so he continues to go back and work in the same building where his life nearly ended.